Hello Virgo, welcome to this reading. On October 21st, the universe is resetting your scales with a new moon in Libra. So in this video, we are going to be taking a look at this week ahead, that is October 20th to the 26th, which does indeed include a new moon in Libra on the 21st. So with that said, do keep in mind that this is a general reading. Take the messages as they resonate, drop the ones that do not, and feel free to check out your sun, moon, and rising signs. All right, Virgo, let's go ahead and get into this reading here. Now, new moons are always a great time to bring in fresh starts into your life. And this new moon in particular, I think we'll see a lot of people asking themselves, how can I achieve balance? How can I achieve harmony within myself and within my partnerships? And I also think that some people will be taking a look at like what is fair, what is unfair in my situation as well. So these sorts of things could be coming up for you. Let's go ahead and get everything set up and in view here. And I think that's looking just about good enough to me. Okay. Cool. Energy on the bottom. You have the Death card. Okay, so taking a look here, Virgo, it does seem like you are going through a pretty big period of change here. Maybe you're realizing this in this week of October, but I think that this is probably on a broader scale, on a larger scale. To get the Death card is a pretty strong message of transformation and change in one's life. Okay, now I choose to approach the Death card not as death and dying, but rather as initiating or embracing some type of transformation that you've wanted to undergo for a while. And that is kind of the way that I like to look at the Death card. So for that reason, I view this actually as a welcome energy in the tarot, especially when we're taking a look at a new moon reading, right? So if we're looking at the new moon, it's literally a great time to start something new. And in this case, it may mean that you're making a new change in one's life. The thing is here, Virgo, that you've been a bit restricted in some aspect of your life, okay, based on this reading. Looking at the overview here, there's something that you are I almost feel like there has been a lot of stagnation. There's been a lot of stagnation, okay, that has been going on for you. And you, I think, are in a space where you really want to experience something completely and totally brand new, you know? Here based on this reading. So let's go ahead and let's try to get some guidance for you around that. Now, right away in the middle, you do have this Five of Swords, which, this person is, this card may suggest that you are cutting your losses on something. Actually, that would make sense for me. Based on this reading, okay? This person in the background is down, but they're not out. So you can see the sun rays coming out of this person. For me, that is a good sign, And yes, while the Five of Swords, it does indicate that you are losing something, it's totally recoverable, okay? It's not like a finality. Just like I would say that the Death card, while it does represent change and transformation, it doesn't necessarily mean that it's the end of the road, especially as it's kind of, it's not even the last major arcana. So for you, this is something that I would maybe ask you to think about following this reading is like, is there an area in my life that is not working, that is stagnant, that I need to cut my losses around? I think for you, this is probably around, I see a lot of green in the cards, okay? I see a lot of green, which is very much a Virgo color. But I see a ton of green, and I'm really drawn to the pentacles as well. This may be connected to a long-term money situation for some people. This may be connected to an employment situation for some people. But this idea of, usually I connect green, not so much to money, but more so to the heart, okay? The heart chakra, which is like your emotional center, right? Your emotions. And, it's possible that there is something like that that's going on. Let's go ahead and let's try to get some more details here. Now, in the first column, you have the Seven of Pentacles, the Six of Cups, and the Chariot. So, interestingly enough, you actually have two water signs that are showing up. You have Scorpio, which is represented by the Death card, and Cancer, which is represented by the Chariot. So it's possible here that some of you are dealing with like a water sign, maybe one of those two in particular, and it's very specific. So if that's not resonating with your situation, then you can just drop that message. However, with the Seven of Pentacles, this card is about long-term money, okay? The way that I like to look at this is the tree, it sort of represents like your retirement account or the home that you own or something that you have been in for a long time, okay? This person has been growing this tree for a very, very long time here, and they're now thinking about like where to go with everything that they've built, what direction to take or where to go with everything that they've built. And it can, for that reason, also indicate a directional shift in life. So with the Death card and the Seven of Pentacles, it feels like you're at this stage where, okay, it's like now's the time. Like I even feel, Virgo, for you, that you have a feeling, like quite literally a very strong feeling that this change is finally going to be initiated, that you are actually going to be doing something. And let me tell you, this is a perfect time to bring a change in. What needs to change for you here, Virgo? And the thing is, not only do you have the Seven of Pentacles, but the Six of Cups, it represents the past, okay? And it can also represent something that you've been in for a long time. Both of these cards actually can. Usually with the Six of Cups, it can be about something connected to your family of origin, like the family you were born into, or your relationship that you've been in, an ex relationship even as well. Usually emotional, like connected to your heart in some way. It can represent the homeland, the motherland. These sorts of things can show up here. Also, your past patterns. Okay, that's a big one with the Six of Cups. The patterns you picked up in early experiences in life. These sorts of things can come forward here with the Six of Cups and the Seven of Pentacles for sure. Now, one of those things for you, you are cutting your losses around. You are cutting that out. Maybe cutting your loss isn't the right way to say it, okay? Like maybe this is just generally something that you are cutting out, okay, at this time. With the Chariot, that represents good progress forward, okay? That represents victory, it represents success, and it represents kind of driving forward in victory, It's also this idea of as above, so below. The actions that we take in life are really actually very important, Virgo, And the universe is always kind of watching and there, stepping with you. As you take the first step, the universe steps with you, As above, so below, And I think you're at this point where it's time to drive. It's time to get in the vehicle and drive. The Chariot, it can be represented by vehicles, So I'm using that as sort of like a metaphor, but like it's time to get in the vehicle and drive, Now, in the middle column here, you have the Knight of Pentacles, the Five of Swords, and the Seven of Swords. Okay, so it is also possible that some of you have been slighted by someone, okay? Some of you may have felt like there's maybe somebody from your past, maybe in your family of origin or an ex or a friend or something like this that you've known for a long time. It's possible that something has gone awry or something has gone south, okay? With that Seven of Swords and the Five of Swords, you may have experienced a loss in some way, okay? We're going to get more details on this when we clarify. It may be connected to money, okay? Now, this could also be a colleague, by the way, because here's the thing. The Knight of Pentacles is usually, it's a really good card for progress in career. Okay, this card might come forward if really it's a card of results. Okay, something you've been working on for a long time, results finally coming in. It can be financial, but you get paid to work, right? So career, finance, like these two things are connected in some way. And if there are other cards with it that connect, usually this can be around a promotion, because it could mean that you are working very hard And actually, one of those cards is the Page of Pentacles, okay? So it's possible that there is even a scenario in work that is causing some issues for people. And for other people, it'll be like somebody from your past, or yeah, someone from your past, or someone that you were, like your family of origin or something like this here with the Six of Cups. Some of you may be realizing that you are, there's some financial planning that I think you're doing. This is not a financial, I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice, but I gotta say, like, with the Seven of Pentacles, the Knight of Pentacles, and the Page of Pentacles, these cards really, really can indicate like financial planning for some people. Like, you may decide that you want to sell the house, or you want to, do a drawdown or something like that on the retirement accounts, or, some of you are contemplating this here, because the Knight of Pentacles can also indicate profit, taking profits as well. Something like that. Why don't we go ahead and let's take a look at the final column, and hopefully it'll connect to what I'm saying. You have the Eight of Swords, the Page of Pentacles, and the Two of Wands. The thing here is that the Page of Pentacles, it can also indicate offers that come in, financial offers that come in a certain way. It can be opportunities connected to money. And with this idea of like profit and results with the Knight of Pentacles and the Page of Pentacles, and this idea of like long-term money, or long-range goals, long-range money, like these sorts of things are really connecting for me. So you may be in that scenario here where you are planning for the next stage, and with that, you have that Death card, this idea of like, okay, I'm not only transforming, but I'm transitioning into like a new part of myself, into a new part of my life here, Now, the thing is that this has been, and part of that is like maybe you needed to face some, I'm using this term loss, but it's with the Five of Swords, it may mean that you've realized that you've needed to sort of like make some adjustments, or like, how am I trying to explain this? Like it didn't exactly go as planned, or like perhaps your plan was altered a little bit for your long range goals or your long range money, and some of you are moving into like acceptance that you had to drop some things in order to take in order to experience what you're experiencing now. I'm gonna really get more details on this because I think that's like a big part of the reading. You then here have the Eight of Swords. This is the idea, like some of you right now, you are really feeling like trapped or restricted, or like there's a change that really needs to happen here, okay, for you, Virgo. And again, this is a perfect time. The Eight of Swords is this idea of like, I think you've been contemplating a lot, okay? I think you've really, really been thinking a lot about this scenario here with the past person, or maybe something went wrong here with the Seven of Swords. Maybe you've had to just cut your loss or just remove something. And this has been really, really heavy on your mind with the Eight of Swords, okay? But the good news is with the Chariot, with the Two of Wands, with the Knight of Pentacles, with the Seven of Pentacles, the Two of Wands, it really indicates that you have good potential in front of you. Despite all of this, despite the mental gymnastics that I think some of you are actually playing right now, which I think is like normal, especially when you're going through a major change. Let's go ahead. I cannot wait any longer. Let's move into the clarifications portion of this reading here for you, Virgo. And we will start off by first pulling some oracle cards, and then we'll pull some tarot cards as well. Okay, let's see what we have here. Cool. Energy on the bottom, you have a year from now. And maybe that thing that you're having to come to acceptance around with the Five of Swords is that it's not happening today. That could also be a big one. Let's see these three cards first. Okay, you have within the next few weeks, you're ready and perfect timing. Okay, now the many times when I use this Angel Answers Oracle deck, I will say that a year from now could have also meant a year ago, because timing is really, really hard to wrap down in these general readings. However, let's see, okay? It's possible that you have maybe initiated something a year ago, and now you're in this space where you're ready. I know that's, I'm contradicting myself here, but these are the cards we pulled. Helpful people and yes. All right, I'm not getting a lot out of these oracle cards, to be completely real with you here, but there is some divine timing that's happening here. And what I would say is, like, there is something here, right? Perfect timing and you're ready. With the death card, one of the things with the death card is, like, I always like to say it's much easier to swim downstream than it is to try to swim upstream, right? And so the idea of that is, like, sometimes in life change is inevitable and it's not worth fighting change, you know? This idea of embracing change, maybe you are ready to experience something here. Let's see what that something is. Let's go ahead and let's pull some tarot cards. And let's see what we have. Now, Virgo, do appreciate you being here. Thank you so much for spending your time with me. Do hope things are going well for you. Okay. All right, you have the Two of Cups. You have the Devil. And the Six of Pentacles. Two of Cups, Devil, and the Six of Pentacles. Ah, okay, so maybe this is a love timeline for some people. That would definitely connect to a relationship that you've been in for a long time, you know. Two of Cups, it represents, it's the best partnership card or best relationship card in the tarot. Can be business partnership, but it can also be romance. This is the best romance card in the tarot. And the fact that you're seeing it here with the Seven of Pentacles, to me, would mean and the Six of Cups below it. You've been in this relationship for a while. I do feel like this is someone from your past, okay, this relationship. And the Devil would indicate that there was, like, a power struggle there. Like, this person potentially wanted to keep you under their thumb, or this person wanted to control you in some way. If that's not resonating, this person was a bit toxic in some way, shape, or form. Okay, and there was something, maybe it was even just the match between the two of you. Like, it was just a toxic connection for whatever reason. Okay, just to be totally real. And maybe this went on for a while. And some of you, if you have not already, some of you may be at your breaking point if that has not already happened, okay, here at this time. Now, I would also say that this could be any sort of partnership in your life. Like, if your relationship's great, Virgo, that's not the message for you. This could be a business partnership that went awry here. This could have been something connected to your family in some way, right? That, like, it just didn't end up working out, and you're now realizing that something's got to be cut out. You know, something has to change. And with the Six of Pentacles, you know, this can be about give and take. It can represent generosity. It talks about, like, money, the exchange of money, right? Inflow, outflow of your money. But usually it's connected to generosity. I do think the universe is trying to be pretty generous with you at this time, particularly if you take the first step. Okay, particularly if you take the first step, all of the universe will conspire to get you to where you want to go. Like the author says in the book, The Alchemist, which I recommend everybody to read. But you have Seven of Pentacles here. You have the Queen of Swords and the Star. All right, Seven of Pentacles coming in again. Again, this situation here for many will not even be connected to love in any way. It will be around finally experiencing a result that you've been working hard for a long time, whether this is your financial goals or this is your career goals. Knight of Pentacles with the Seven of Pentacles is really long-term result coming in. Okay, and you have it here again. You may really experience something. It's possible that there's someone in your circle, whether this is your family member, your friend, or your relationship. I'm kind of veering away from the colleague timeline now. It doesn't necessarily feel like that is possible anymore, but take it as it resonates. It's maybe family, friend, relationship. They are not necessarily supporting you or they don't understand something, okay? Six of Cups Devil. And what I would say is that they have a pattern that they have always kind of worked within that is not compatible with you. Okay? And for you, what I'm seeing here is that you are really proud of an accomplishment or a result that you are experiencing, and somebody doesn't get it. And with the Queen of Swords and the Five of Swords, some of you may decide that, you know what, I have to put my happiness first at this time. Maybe you've put someone else's happiness first. Two of Cups, Devil, Six of Cups, for a while, but now you're kind of stepping into your power. Queen of Swords, Five of Swords is certainly a strong combination that you may be cutting something out in your life, you know, and doing it unapologetically. The Star and the Seven of Swords, if something has gone south with this person or someone's just, there's a little bit of a toxicity here. You are showing up as the Star, meaning like you are sort of taking the high road, I would say. Like you are, first of all, you're not letting anyone dim your light here, okay? And the Star, it represents wish fulfillment. So, you know, this is somebody who can have a bit of like a star power to them, you know, if you want to think about it that way. And I think that you are pretty accomplished right now. Like I even see that you are very proud of the result that's here. And with the Star, this may have been something that really feels like a dream come true, but there's like I don't know if it's a bad actor, or I don't even think that this person is, bad actor is not the right way to describe it. They just don't understand what it's taken for you to get here, you know? And it's because they have a past pattern of being, no judgments, that is not compatible with where you are right now. The Hierophant, the World, and the Nine of Swords in the final column here. Yeah, here it is. Hierophant's tradition. It can be your elders. It can be it can represent churches and like traditional or formal spirituality, such as like Christianity, stuff like that, right? And be companies that you work for. But there is restriction in those areas here. Okay, the elders. It's also marriage, by the way. It's also marriage. But there's restriction in this area, okay? And in a reading like this, I usually will see that this card comes forward when people are ready to break free from tradition or to just be like, do something different, right? Than what you have experienced previously or what you have like learned growing up, like these sorts of things. Patterns stick with us for a long time, you know, and some people just decide that that is the way that they want to experience, you know, their life, their experience here on earth. And that's, again, no judgments. That's just is what it is. There are other people that decide, maybe I want to see what else is out there, or maybe I want to, try doing something a little bit different. And you may be kind of like in that stage of contemplation here. The World, it represents completion. It's a very good card of success as well. Again, I do think that there is a long-term result coming in for you that you've been working with, that you've been working towards for a long time here. And there's just a little bit of anxiety because I think that you're undergoing like major change across the board here as it relates to this result coming in, or like saying no to someone, maybe even some of you are cutting someone off, okay? I was waiting to see the Six of Swords here. Here it is. This is a card of transitions. And I said that before even pulling it. The Death card and the Six of Swords on the bottom, these are very similar cards, transformation and transitions in life, you know? So I really see that this is possible for you here, Virgo. Let's go ahead and let's take a look at the Kipper cards here. Okay, you have unexpected income, great fortune. Wow. You have coffin, despair, family room, and bad health. This is it, right? This is it. So family room, bad health, it's if it's your family of origin or like someone that feels like family, maybe this is a family friend or a long-term friend, or maybe it's someone in the family that you've built, so it could be your spouse or children, grandchildren, whatever. Like something there is like there's a disconnect there for some people, okay, with family room and bad health. Like there's a disconnect going on, okay? And coffin is the death card. It's just an ending, it's a transformation that's going on, With that, the despair, there's like a not hiring sign in the top left corner there. And it's possible that like, man, you've been really pushing for something for a while here, Virgo. With unexpected income and great fortune, that's like a really nice sign from the universe that your results coming in. And this is the Eight of Swords, basically, imprisonment. Okay, you've been like really mentally stuck. And this is a great time to initiate some change for yourself if that's what you want to do. Virgo, thank you so much for being here. If you enjoyed this, hit the like button, subscribe, and I'll most certainly be talking to you again soon.